Yo, what's good? My name is Tracy. Nice to meet you. I wanted to talk a little bit about not losing your purpose in Japan. Actually, this can go for anywhere, but I'm in Japan right now. I've been here for almost 3 years, and I think I have a little bit to say about this because I've talked to people who have gotten very comfortable and where they are, but they seem like they wanted to do more. I guess it's very easy to, get comfortable here in Japan. It's nice and cuddly. It's nice and cozy and whatnot. But, some people realize, after a while when they're questioned about it, like, oh, I do want to do more. Anyway, I'm an artist from Philadelphia, and back at home, I painted a lot. Like, I did a lot of art, and I went to museums a lot with my buddies at the time, and it was a good time. But here, because, I moved here, I almost lost my purpose in Japan. Oopsie. It's really easy to do so. I'm coming into this new place with all of these, new customs, it's a new culture, new language, it's a new setting. And it's so easy to get lost in all of that excitement. First of all, I quickly got a partner when I first came to Japan. So having a partner that's native to the area and knowing everything, you're going to get to experience a whole bunch of stuff right off the bat, like meeting friends, family members, going to events I probably would not have gone if I didn't have the partner I had at the time, just having a bunch of experiences that I definitely owe to them at the time, right? And then meeting new people and indulging in their in their types of fun, I guess. Fun and their types of fun? I don't know, in their activities. I wanted to help everyone with their own activities and see, help other people have their goals come true. And unfortunately, dealing with other people and their goals and whatever the hell they were going through, and having that partner at the time, and having such a secure government job, which was I was working with the JET program as a teacher. Just having all of that made it very easy to forget, or rather not really think about the fact that, oh, I want to become a better artist. Oh, I want to sell some art. Oh, I want to become a better web developer. I want to do web dev at work, or become a better photographer, etc. I have so many things that I love doing and that I enjoy doing, and I'm not terrible at. I'm pretty decent at all of these things. And so having all of these things that I want to do and forgetting about most of it, right, was just it's unfortunate. But the good thing is I'm doing this video, and no, I have not forgotten about what I wanted to do. That's why I'm here, to hurry up and warn you before you come to Japan, or before you go to Mexico, Egypt, Italy, wherever it is you're going. Have fun, but don't forget why you're there, or your purpose for your own life, and try to line things up in a way that it still contributes to what you want to do. All last year, I realized that I was not really doing much that I wanted to do, but I was still making a name for myself in some capacity, right? So in some capacity, I was making a name for myself. Just mingling around and shit like that. And to be honest, I'm kind of a loner. Like, I really don't like being around a bunch of people like that. But all last year I was surrounded by people. There was people in my house. I was with people at their house. We were partying. We were having a good time. And I guess that was cute. That was cute and that was really adorable and it's fun for that year. But, you know, after taking time myself and, you know, just reviewing the people, or rather the OGs that I met here and how they felt about still being here, I realized that, you know, they lost their purpose, or they just feel bad about it, that they couldn't put time into what they wanted to do. And so I kind of, like, at my almost 3-year mark, am panicking because I don't want to make a nightmare out of my experience. I really love Japan, and I don't want to sour this experience by not creating and not doing anything that I always wanted to do. Like, I came from Philly with the hopes that, you know, I would become a lot more comfortable. I would be doing more of what I wanted to do, and I would be able to be in a position to help my very close friends and my very close family members with what they wanted to do, right? Like, I didn't have the type of role model and my family that, you know, have gone overseas, that have had this experience. So this entire thing is new and also very difficult. Like, doing everything in Japanese, like, I have to take time and schedule appointments for my cat in Japanese, and schedule appointments for myself in Japanese, and pay bills in Japanese. So, like, this takes up a lot of time, where after all of it is done, it can be difficult for me to find time for myself and do things and continue to pour into my passion projects and whatnot. So when I was reviewing the OGs that I've met, you know, and how they were like, oh, well, you know, I've been here for 10 years, I've been here for 15 years. Nuggie, please get out of the way. Move. I've been here for 10 years, I've been here for 15 years, and, you know, I'm still doing the same thing, and life doesn't get any better than this, and yada yada. It was like, all of it felt very stale to me. And some of them didn't even know Japanese. You know, you come here, you get really comfortable, and it's very easy to get comfortable, especially as an English teacher here, depending on the job. And, or, you know, you might find a partner and you might get married to them, and you don't really got much to worry about anymore. You married, you got your job, all your duty is to bring home a check, you know, and like, that's boring. Like, that for me, that's like some boring autopilot type shit that I'm not really trying to live my life like that here. And I'm not trying to say that that's a bad way to live your life, because, you know, having security in that way and comfort in that way, that's envious. Like, many people, or enviable rather, many people, right, Nuggie? Many people want, you know, that stability, and to have that stable paycheck, to have that stable home, and to, especially here in Japan, they want to get married here in Japan and stay in Japan forever because it's pretty. But, you know, like, you do that and then you realize, you know, like, you're not really that happy, or like, there's more you wanted to do but you can't do it because you're set in these patterns now. Not to say you can't break patterns, you can break patterns, but like, this is something that we have to keep track of, because, you know, once again, I'm not sure if I've mentioned, but I came here, my dream was to become a designer in Japan. I've achieved that for the most part. Now my issue is, like, when I got hospitalized this year, I had time to think, but what is it that I want to do? now that I've kind of accomplished these things. And like, I don't want, like, Japan is not the end all be all of my life, right? Like, it's definitely not. So what is it after that I wanted to do? I needed to find a new purpose, or to renew my purpose, because I still want to be an artist, a creative, like I am. I do many things. I'm pretty decent at I'm a good amount of things. And so, like, with that in mind, like, thinking about that, I came out kind of fresh. Moving to a different country does not really cure depression or anything, and I knew that before I even moved here. I knew that if I wasn't happy within myself before I moved, if I wasn't satisfied with how I looked, if I wasn't satisfied with just me in general, that I would still be upset or sad or depressed even if I moved here. Because when you come here to Japan, it's such a quiet country, it's such a safe, zen-like country, I'm saying? Like, you're going to be introspective. There's going to be a lot of downtime. You're going to be alone a lot, possibly, depending on the type of person you are. And if you're not alone enough, it's going to catch up with you. Don't you worry. But in that downtime, like, you're going to start thinking about all the stuff that has been unresolved before you even got to Japan. And Japan might exasperate that because, for one, we need to remember that we're foreign. Well, I'm foreigner. I'm an immigrant here in this country, and that this country is not my country. And if I felt some type of way about being black in Japan, then I would be having a hard time. Like, to be honest, like, because the ads and everything, skin whitening, this, super straight hair, this, lose a ton of weight. And, none of that shit is me, right? Like, it's not meant for me. So, I did my best to put that in my mind, right? That none of that is a part of my purpose. And so we fast forward after doing all of the fun for the first 2 years, and the third year, that high starts to wear off. And when the high starts to wear off, and like I said, if you're not alone enough, you'll be caught up. Like, once all of that starts to wear off, like, you're gonna have to think about your life anyway. If I was in Philly, I would have been thinking about my life, like, oh, what I want to do, like, so it's really not that different. So make sure that when you come or you go to a different country, that you're okay enough, like, that you understand what you're getting yourself into, and that you understand that, or rather that you understand who you are, what your passions, what your dreams are. And it's so, like, here in Japan, I feel like it's the best place to explore and to figure out what it is that you want to do, because I feel like you'll find people here that will support you a lot easier too. So I'm not really sure about how it would be in Philly, like throwing events in Philly, like I'm not really sure how that would have worked out, but here in Japan, like, people are interested in having new experiences because, for one, it's so safe and quiet here. So, like, I don't know how it would have worked out in Philly, but right now I'm in Japan. I'm figuring it out. And having that quiet time and having more quiet time, which is great to, like, really, I don't know, like, renew my own purpose once again. Like, my dream is to be an artist and to thrive off of all the things that I create. And so, like, I have to continue to create those opportunities for myself. No one else is going to deliver my purpose to me. It's going to be me delivering that purpose. So, the same thing for you. You have to keep renewing your purpose. Go back when you were a kid, and when you were, or rather, go back to when you were in college. and think about what it was that you were so excited about doing. Because I think us saying, like, looking at our childhood passions might not be close to realistic sometimes, because I used to want to be an assassin when I was 9. I'm not trying to do that now, so you know, like, shout outs to Kill Bill. But you know, in college I definitely was like, yeah, I'm gonna make money off my art. I'm gonna be doing web dev, like I'm gonna be doing web design in Japan, and that's what I want to do. I'm gonna be traveling, and that's what I'm gonna do. So look back at that time, lay all that out, like write down what it was that you wanted to do, and just hang it up somewhere in your Japanese, Italian, German apartment, and look at it while you're having fun throughout all your time. Maybe the first year, the first 2 years, like if you're planning on being somewhere long term that's not your native home, make sure you have your goals and your purposes or whatever the heck laid out somewhere out in the open to remind you why it is you're doing what you're doing. I have in my office right now like a paper of 3 things that, or not even 3 things, I think it's just like a few things that give me purpose. And one of those things is my little sister. So like, you know, being able to wake up and see that every day and be like, oh, okay, like this is why I'm doing this and this is why I'm over here. It's also part of me because I wanted to do this since I was a kid, but like it also has to involve other people and impact other people, I feel like, positively. And so for you, do that, break down your goals and give them some time limits, you know? Don't forget what you want to do. I hope that this was an informative and helpful chat for you. I think I'm talking mainly to people that are already living overseas, that might be going through a time, because I definitely went through a time. I always go through times. Just never know when Tracy's happy or sad. They just know that Tracy is existing, and that's enough for me. I don't need you to know too much, but I hope that, you know, my fellow immigrants, I don't know, people be saying expats, but my fellow immigrants, you an immigrant, buddy. This is not your country at all. I hope that you're holding up pretty good. And I hope that you take some time to look at my blog. I'm going to be writing a complimentary piece to this video. I wanted to kind of put them out together for my video debut. I'm not really interested in vlogging too much. I don't know. It's fun doing it right now, but like, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. If it makes sense to do a video talking about whatever I've written about, then I will do that. Other than that, I really do hope that this has been an interesting chat for you, and I do hope that you decide to stick around my little variety channel. I've had this channel for quite a long time. I've never put my face on it, but today's the day, the first time for everything, you know? And so without further ado, I'm through. We're done. And we're not going to be living our lives on autopilot, will we, fellow immigrants? No, we will not. Goodbye.